Welcome to Beyond the Claim, the adjuster's voice to homeowners. What if I told you your home could either be your biggest wealth builder or your biggest money pit? Mhm. Today, I'm going to talk about how to stop letting your home drain you and how to turn it into an investment. Yeah, that's what we're talking about today. Home ownership is often sold as the American dream, but for too many, it becomes an American burden. Why is that an American burden? Because sometimes we get too much house than what we can really afford. We didn't leave any room to save. We went right up to the penny of what we could afford. And if one thing happens, we're in trouble. Another reason why layoffs. It can become a burden when you have a layoff and you don't have a job, you don't have money coming in. That home that you love, that you fought so hard to get, can become a burden. Because homeowners treat their houses only as a liability, but not as an opportunity. Let's break this down with two simple categories. Income producing assets, these are things that generate money or add long term value. Wealth reducing liabilities, we all know about those, right? Things that drain your money without building future value. I believe these are two areas that homeowners get caught up in. And let me give you an example of wealth reducing liabilities, luxury upgrades that don't add any value when selling. No value, has no value at all. Constant refinancing that increase long term debt. Always refinancing. Now, me personally, if you're going to refinance from a 30-year mortgage to a 30-year mortgage for a lower interest rate, that's not going to help you. Now, if you're going to, it'll help your monthly payment, but most of the time you're starting over again. But if you're refinancing to from a 30-year to a 15 or 30-year to 20 or however, decreasing the amount of years, that would definitely help you. Let me give you another example. Buying new cars or toys with equity instead of investments. There are times where we will take our equity out of our home just to go buy another car, to buy a boat to show off. No, we need to start taking that equity and investing in something that will put money back in our pockets. Let me give you an example of income producing assets. Renting out a basement, a spare room, or ADU, accessory dwelling unit. Solar panels that feed energy back into the grid if there's cash flow positive. You see what I'm saying? You're going to have to think of how you can get income producing assets instead of those wealth reducing liabilities. Using your home equity to invest in something that brings cash back in, like a small rental property, a side business, or even, I don't know, maybe a little farmland to where you're having some vegetables one year, you can sell those out. You can be a little farmer. You don't have to be, a huge farmer that's waiting on China to buy your soil and your corn. There are so many little things that you can do. You can even buy that land not to farm it, but you can also buy that land to turn it into a parking lot to where you can have big trucks parked there. That's a monthly or weekly income. Turning your skill set into a side hustle. You've learned all those skills at your job. And what you're going to do is just continue to give it to them. You sharpen your skills at that job and you sharpen those skills to take it to build you a side hustle, another income. Some people know how to repair things very well. An electrician, right? It can be a towel layer, someone who knows how to cut grass. I have the person who cut my grass. He has at least about 25 different homes that he cut. That is that's a nice side hustle, a nice one. And these are things that you can operate from home. That's the point. Your home should not just cost you money, it should enable you to earn more. You can take that side hustle, start it in your home, and move it in your home. You don't have to have that brick and mortar office. Look, I'm sitting right here in the office that was built onto my home. This is exactly where I'm sitting at. This is where I do my work when I am called out to go on assignments with State Farm or whomever I'm doing assignments with. If my assignment is to work from home, to work those clients from home, this is the office that I'm in. This is exactly where I am. Your home should allow you to produce an additional income. Your home should get you to the point to where you're saying, you know what? I'm going to use this home to start some type of business. Take a small room and turn that into a home office and get in there and start planning on how you're going to use your skills. Turn on your camera. Turn on your camera while you're planning those skills. Turn on your camera while you're putting it all together. That can be a start of your YouTube channel on Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, whatever outlet you want to use, Blue Sky. This is where you're going to have to be courageous and innovative. Turn that camera on, whatever you're doing. Even if you're fixing or repairing trucks, turn the camera on so it can show you repairing and fixing trucks, pulling out an engine, putting an engine back in. You're going to have to be creative. You're going to turn that camera on because that's an additional side hustle. That's additional business when you're putting your craft up on the YouTube or on Instagram or on TikTok. You're baking those cakes, you're decorating, you're being an organizer. Homeowners, you're going to have to be creative. You're going to have to be innovative. You want to keep these homes in this market, in this economy. You don't know when the next layoff is coming. Insurance rates are going up. Just trying to insure yourself. Health insurance, homeowners insurance, car insurance, all those things have a price tag to it. You want to make sure that if any little thing happens, you're not on the edge. You're not backed into a corner. You want to start being proactive instead of reactive. That's our challenge. We want to do a move up challenge. I'm starting to try to give you all move up challenges. And I want you to this challenge here. I want you to take a look at your monthly expenses tied to your home. Identify just one wealth reducing liability that you can cut or scale back on this month, right? Then write down one income producing asset idea you can explore with your home, whether that's renting space, leveraging your equity smartly to invest in something that's going to bring income in, or using your skill to create income stream from home. That's your challenge today. Listen, this is beyond the claim. This is the adjuster's voice to homeowners. Our mission is to empower 20,000 homeowners by the end of this year. If you're ready to protect your home, build real wealth, hit subscribe now. Join the Beyond the Claim community. This is a place where homeowners fight back and protect their future. Hey, until next time, share this video, share it with other homeowners. This is the place where we come together and we build our dreams, we build our empires. Until next time, take care.